All right, so this next concept I want to discuss is the concept of sequence of return risk and why it's so important to not dump all your money in the market, right? Because there are people that, us young folks, it's easy for us to love the market because the last time we experienced an actual recession was in 2008, and most of us were in high school, right? We have not experienced what it feels like to accumulate thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars and then lose 30-40% of that like that, right? We have not experienced how it feels, but I've sat down with a lot older folks that have felt that, and they got burnt, felt like they got burned by the market and never wanted to get involved with the market again, right? So I don't want that to happen to you guys. I want us to invest intelligently, and what I want us all to recognize is the concept of sequence of return risk, is to recognize that you can talk about average rate of return all you want while you're accumulating money, but once you need that money, right? Once you're in retirement or you're at the point where you're ready to start your business, whatever it is, whatever life situation it comes up that you need these investment accounts, you need the money. If the market crashes at the time that you, like in the beginning of your retirement or the year you want to start your bid, whatever it is, when you need the money, that's going to have a significant negative effect on your long-term plan, right? Because the basic tenet of investing is buy low, sell high. But if the market crashes and now you need the money, that means you're going to be buying high and selling low, right? You're going to be locking in your losses. So how do we avoid locking in our losses? Well, we set up what's called a non-correlated asset, right? We don't dump all our money into the market. We definitely invest. We take those time-tested investment approaches, which I, made another video prior to this about the nature of the market and those 3 time-tested investment approaches: diversification, dollar cost averaging, professional management, right? If we're taking those approaches, we can be more or less sure we're going to have money in our investments, but we also need to set up investments that give you the fixed rate of return that's guaranteed to be there no matter what's going on with the market. Because when the market, not if the market, but when the market crashes and you need money, that's the worst time to get money out of your investment account. The absolute, because you're locking in your losses. So we need a vehicle that allows us access to money. One, we need it to grow and keep up with inflation, because what's the point of having a fixed asset if it's going to give you the same rate of return as your savings account? Just keep it in my savings, right? So it's got to give us a higher rate of return than the savings. It's got to give us a guaranteed rate of return and not be correlated to the market, so that it'll keep that slow and steady growth no matter what's going on with the market. And it's got to be accessible to us, right? Without penalties and hopefully without taxes as well, right? That kind of vehicle, it unlocks your potential to optimize the rest of your portfolio. I'll say that again. Having a fixed asset that grows at a guaranteed rate of return unlocks your potential to optimize the rest of your portfolio. You can be aggressive as hell with the rest of your assets because no matter what's going on with my investments, I have that foundational asset that will give me slow and steady growth. I never have to lock in my losses. I always have that buffer, right? We're buffering against those down market years. So I think I call it the tortoise and the hare strategy, right? You all remember the story of the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise, was slow and steady, won the race because the hare was super confident. He ran really fast, but he was overly confident and fell asleep. Well, the stock market is the hare, and the fixed buffer asset is the tortoise, right? The stock market, the hare could run really fast for you, but it could also fall asleep at any time, and you lose 30-40% of your account, right? The tortoise is not going to give you the highest rate of return, but it's going to give you that slow and steady growth, perpetual forward motion. So the best case scenario is not an either or, right? It's both of them working together. If the tortoise straps the hare to his back, the hare can run really fast, and then when it gets tired, it can fall asleep on the tortoise's back, and the tortoise can keep it moving forward. Perpetual forward motion. Do not be beholden to the stock market to decide when you can retire or when you can access money. Set yourself up so that no matter what's going on with the market, you're going to be taken care of, right? So, a little introduction to that concept, and it's called sequence of return risk because the average rate of return is great while you're accumulating money, but average rate of return doesn't matter once you're using that money. It's the order of the returns that matters. So if you experience that down market year, the year you need money, or the year you plan to retire, it does not matter how conservative of an allocation you've moved to, that's going to have an extremely negative effect on the plan. So we've got to buffer against those down market years and not be beholden to the market to decide when we can retire or when we can start our business or whatever it may be. Right. So, as always, it's all love. Hope this added value, and I am excited to see what, what other knowledge I can provide.